for movies, by the way. Time Machine. Yeah, the original. The second one, the remake with Guy Pearce, not so much, but it was pretty good. Well, let's talk about Gary Cohn. So, again, this is Trump at his best, I think, right? People, when Gary Cohn came on board in the administration, people are like, oh, he's the Wall Street guy. Trump's going to his Wall Street boys, blah, 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 whatever. Derek, do you have track 3 ready? No, I'm sorry. Yes, track 3. This is him talking to the press. And I love these presses that he does, right? He brings the press in. They're sitting at the table. Go ahead and play it.
This is Gary Cohn's last meeting in the cabinet and of the cabinet, and he's been terrific. He may be a globalist, but I still like him. He is seriously a globalist, there's no question. But you know what? In his own way, he's a nationalist because he loves our country. And where is Gary? You love our country. And he's going to go out and make another couple of $100 million, and then he's going to maybe come back. He might come back, right?
Yeah, and you don't hear it, but he says, and he might come back. Yep. And Gary Cohn says, yes, I might. You know, so here's Trump brings in the globalists to help get tax reform done, right? They get it done. Now Trump moves on to another campaign promise. We're going to do tariffs because we want to save and rebuild some industries that are vital to this country. Gary Cohn disagrees. I really can't do the tariff thing. Why? Because he is a globalist. And so he's leaving. And Trump's like, that's fine, leave. You did what I wanted you to do. Leave. I know you don't agree with it, but I got a campaign promise to fulfill to the United States of America and the people that elected him.
The man's an executive. That's what executives do. You build the team. You move the team around.
You move the team around. So when these
hard feelings.
Yeah, when the idiots in the mainstream media call it chaos. Oh, the people are fleeing the Trump. No, yeah, we're done with him. He used them for the best that he can get out of them, and then you're gone. Bye-bye. I might need you again later. Will you come back? Gary Cohn said yes. Why? Even though he's a globalist. Loves his country. You know what I mean? He's doing what's best for him. Tariffs aren't good for him because of his business background, whatever. But he did what was good for the country with the tax reform. Get out. We're done with you. Thank you. We'll need you again someday. Will you come back? Yes, I will. Thank you. And that's it. We move on. So he's gone. The stock market did not move all that much. You know, the MSM wanted to say, ugh. But you know what? In the end, it was just a minor movement. That's what happened.
I thought it went up 400.
After this meeting, I think, when they realized this was a mutual thing, it wasn't Gary Cohn getting fired, it wasn't Gary Cohn leaving in protest. He disagreed, wants to move on and do other things. Maybe he'll be back when we need him again. And that's the way it should be. That's the way it should be with all government. You shouldn't be there forever. You should come in, serve your piece, and get out. And that's the end of it, right? If we had more government officials coming in as senators and judges and school board people, spend their time, do what you think needs to be done, and then get out, we wouldn't have this entrenched political class that's screwing the rest of us all the time, you know? It just absolutely drives me crazy.
Don't you love the way Trump handled that, though? It was just so refreshing. That, you know, it's so unpresidential. You know, let him go out, make a couple million, come back, you know.
I actually enjoy watching those. I can't think of one administration that I enjoyed watching these kind of press conferences on. When I see Trump doing what he does there, and I know it drives the mainstream media absolutely bonkers because they want to just say, this guy's an evil human being, blah, blah, blah. And yet there he is, personable. He's got a guy that's leaving because he disagrees, and it's
no hard feelings.
No hard feelings. Yeah. This is just business, and we're still friends, and I love the guy. He came in, he did a wonderful job, and now it's time for him to leave.
And Trump's the boss.
And Trump is the boss, right?
And he'll stay.
And he's getting it done.
Did you see Trump enter CPAC? Did you see?
I did not. That's the one thing I did not see.
That's hilarious. He walks on stage, looks at the monitor, and says, "That's one of my favorite guys right there." Pointing to a picture of himself on the that's one of my favorite guys. Then he starts looking around, and he's looking to the side, and he's looking at the monitor. He's got the camera on the back of his scalp, and he's saying, "Why, comb that over so much so that'll, you know," and he's making fun of himself. It's so refreshing. How can anybody not like that?
It just drives me crazy. Let's take a call from Dick Kupke from wants to talk about the time machine. Hey, Dick, how are you?
Hey, Dick.
Hey, Gary. I got a kick. I just got in the car. I actually was out at the gun show at Huron Gun Collectors and got in the car coming back and heard you talking about the time machine. Maybe you touched on this. Did you ever see the Big Bang Theory where they bid on and won the time machine?
No, really?
There's a Big Bang Theory episode they bid on it. They think it's going to be like a little desk model or something, and they deliver it, and it's the one from the movie.
Oh, it's the giant sled. That's awesome. I would bid on that. I probably couldn't afford it,
I
but
have a place to put it.
I'd put it right in my living room.
You move that lever, and the disc spins in the back.
Yeah.
And Sheldon has like a dream sequence where he goes and does it, and he opens it, he stops, and it's all the Morlocks. Look for that one. You got to see it.
Yeah, today's Morlocks are the Democratic Party, right?
Yeah.
That's right. Could be. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just had to tell you that. You need to go look at that. It's a great episode.
All right, we'll do that.
Thanks,
we'll do
Dick.
that.
Okay.
All right.
See you
Thanks,
later.
Dick. Take care.
Bye.
Yeah, that's. I will go look for that one. 'Cause I watch The Big Bang Theory occasionally on reruns. Right,
I've seen it. That's all I can say.
I don't do as much TV as I used to, and when I do, it's kind of Netflixy or Hulu.
Sneaky
or-
Pete. The page. You haven't seen Sneaky Pete?
No, what is that?
It's on Amazon. You got to see that. It's just
Really?
great. Yeah, the second season's just about to come out, and I promise you, if you don't like it, there's something wrong with you.
There's the good one that I was watching on Amazon back in the day was Fortitude, right? Which is kind of a really weird.
Oh, I've got to see that.
Oh my gosh! You want to talk about
Bryan
it? Kind of weird.
Bryan Cranston, however, is in Sneaky Pete and produced it and helped create it. You know,
and I like Bryan Cranston.
Yeah.
No, he's a liberal. I like him. Well, I wanted to try and get. We're probably running out of time. We're not going to be able to get into
thanks,
tracks.
Dick. We went down TV lane.
The Parkland shooting, right? Mm-hmm. So they released calls, and it's obviously the ultimate in failures is what it comes down to is don't blame the guns. Don't blame the laws. We had failures from – I saw a video today. It's the audio of the shooter, whatever his name is. I'm not going to say it, right? On November 28th of last year, just a few months back, called into 911 saying he'd been beaten up by somebody and don't know what the whole thing – but it was enough that one more – this is the same guy who the FBI had gotten a tip on in September, and then they get another call – anyone that couldn't tie these together is a complete idiot.
FBI, failure to believe informants. You know, just made that one up.
That's a great one. Thinking on your feet. Why don't we have some FBI agents who could tie that together, right? Yeah. Let's be honest. There was every sign there from September forward, right? And I think it was up to, I was listening to Rush the other day, 45 run-ins with local law enforcement and still nothing. And there was the agreement between sheriff and local authorities not to prosecute or investigate stuff at the school because there was an issue going on.
But let's raise the age of buying guns.
That's let's raise it. Let's just make another law that nobody's going to pay attention to, right? So this is a failure, folks, on the existing government and the institutions that we pay for. Mm-hmm. It's got nothing to do with the laws not being strict enough.
That's the only audio they're missing is where he said, "Don't go in there."
Yeah, exactly. All right, that's the end of the show. Until next week, go to thedailydrift.com. It's
the news you need to know.
See you next week.